Now, I want to talk about something because I think I want to just talk about something else when it comes to Lupe Fiasco. And I think that a lot of people, I'm not going to say give Lupe too much credit, but I think a lot of people don't want to pair him up to people who actually, they want to pair him up to Kendrick because they feel like he has the edge over Kendrick. They feel like he has the edge over Kendrick. So they want to pair him up against Kendrick. But they don't want to pair him up against Black Thought. Why is that? Why don't you want to pair Lupe Fiasco up against Black Thought? We go talk about Kendrick. Lupe Fiasco he been in the game longer than Kendrick. They ain't been in the game the same. He's been in there longer than Kendrick. And he's an elder statesman in the game. We could say Kendrick is not an elder statesman, but he's there. But Lupe will be an elder statesman, right? Exactly. So why don't y'all compare him to Black Thought? Why always got to be Kendrick? Why don't y'all compare him to Cannabis? Why always got to be Kendrick? Why does it have to be a fight with Kendrick? Kendrick's fight is with Drake. That's Kendrick's fight. His fight is not with Lupe. Kendrick's fight is with Drake. Lupe's fight should be with Black Thought. Who's the better rapper out of the two? That's what it should be. Let's see Lupe battle Black Thought. Let's do that. Because y'all don't want to have that argument. Everybody wants to have the argument with Kendrick because y'all feel like Lupe has the edge over Kendrick. So it's like, oh no, Lupe wins that. Look, he's a better rapper. But nobody wants to talk about, is he better than Black Thought? Is he better than Ab Soul? Is he better than Daylight? Nobody wants to talk about this. We could talk. There's rappers. Is he better than King Los? There's rappers. Is he better than Ransom? Is he better than Royce the 5'9"? There's rappers that is on his level or better than him that we could talk. Is he better than Andre 3000? But nobody wants to have this argument. Everybody always wants to bring up Kendrick. Oh, it's Kendrick versus Lupe. No, it's not. It's not Kendrick versus Lupe. We're talking about Lupe versus all of the dudes that's in his class because these dudes do nothing but rap like him. They do nothing but write and rap. Kendrick Lamar is a world builder. Most of them dudes that I named, they're not world builder. They're lyricisms. They're lyricists, straight like that. So we need to bring that argument up. Who's the better rapper? Not Jay-Z versus Black Thought. No, Lupe or Black Thought. That's the battle that we need to be pushing for. Because who is the more superior lyricist out of the two? Everybody always want to talk about Kendrick. Kendrick never said that he was the best lyricist of all time. He never claimed that. He never claimed that. So why are you comparing these two when they not even nothing alike when you think about it? You think about their music ain't even, they don't even have the same feel in their music. Totally different type of music. Kendrick Lamar is a little more groundly, he's a little more rooted into Black culture and things like that. I think Lupe Fiasco is rooted into a little more how would I say, not Wu-Tang type stuff, but like he's not rooted into Black culture as much as Kendrick is. He's rooted into maybe a little more educated, a little more things like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me like that's what I'm saying. That's the argument. It's not the argument of him and Kendrick. It's not an argument. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're going off of careers, Kendrick wins. We're going off of albums, Kendrick wins. It's like if your only argument is, well, Lupe's the better lyricist than Kendrick. And I hate the argument when people say, well, if Lupe wanted to be Kendrick, he could be. No, he can't. No one can be Kendrick. No one can be Kendrick, bro. Let's just be honest. No rapper on this planet can be Kendrick, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same, bro. You see what he's doing in Rome, bro. 72,000 people. It's not the same. You can't be Kendrick. Jay-Z can't even be Kendrick, bro. No, you can't be Kendrick, bro. The same way you can't be Jay-Z. You can't be Eminem. You can't be Lupe. These are different people. But I'm so sick of this argument of Lupe versus Kendrick. No, it should be Lupe versus Black Thought. Who's better? Because nobody wants to have a real argument. Nobody wants to have a real argument. Y'all want to cherry pick the argument. No, it should be Lupe versus Black Thought. Who's better? Or and we all know Lupe beat Royce in a battle. And you know why he beat Royce in a battle? You know why? Because of this right here. Because he was relatable in the battle. That's why he beat Royce in that battle. He beat Royce in that battle because he was relatable. If you go and write down, I believe it's Capri Sun. That's the name of the song that Royce did. I think it's Capri Sun. I think that's the name of the song. I'm not sure, but it's something Sun. If you write down those lyrics and you write down Lupe's lyrics of his response, right? Royce literally has the better song. His lyrics is better than Lupe's. His lyrics is better. It's just that Lupe made it clear enough that people can understand, and that's how he won that battle. That's how he won. That was bars. That's how he won. Saying certain things about him, that's how he won. And that's my thing when it comes to this whole thing. The battle should be Lupe versus Black Thought. Who's better? Y'all scared to have that fight. That's the fight y'all scared of. Everybody wants to talk about Kendrick, but let's talk about somebody that's in his class. That is in his class. Black Thought. Who's better? That's the argument we should be talking about, not this whole Kendrick thing. Nah. Because if you say Lupe's a better rapper than Kendrick, okay, cool. But Kendrick still wins though. But we ain't talking about that. Because if we can line up their careers, Lupe and Black Thought is damn near similar. And we could line up their careers and say, you know what? This is the battle we need to be having. This is the one. This is the one. From Lupe and all his albums to Black Thought and what he did with the Roots and what he did on his solo ventures. Yeah, that's what we need to be talking about. Who's the better lyricist now? Now everybody quiet now. Nobody want to talk now. Now everybody, oh no, yeah. Who's better now? Who's the better lyricist now? Black Thought or Lupe Fiasco? Who's better? Because y'all want to talk about this battle, but y'all don't want to talk about that. That's what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to talk about. I appreciate the fact that Lupe is where he's at today and people are still talking about him. I think that that's amazing that Lupe Fiasco is still being talked about to this day. I also think it's amazing that they're comparing him to somebody like Kendrick Lamar, he's not much younger than him, but who is where he's at today when it comes to being who he is as far as lyricism goes. So I definitely think that at this point in Lupe's career, him being mentioned next to Kendrick is a big deal. A lot of people don't understand that. His name being mentioned next to Kendrick is a big deal because that's going to make people go listen to him and listen to his music. And people are going to find that he has some classics and he has some jewels. He do. Not to take nothing away from him. No, he absolutely has I believe 2 classics. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it's unfair to match these two up when they're nothing alike, in my opinion. They're similar, but how they say, how the Asian people say, similar, but no same. You know what I'm saying? Like they're similar, but they're not the same. They're not the same. I think that people put conscious rap and they mix conscious rap with black culture rap. It's not the same to me. No, you could be a conscious rapper and talk about video games. It doesn't mean that your conscious rap is rooted in black history, bro. No. Conscious means you're just thinking. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's other artists too that we could bring up. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people would say, you think Lupe is a better lyricist than Common? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different people that we could bring up. Now, I would say, yeah, I believe he could be better than Common. But the point I'm making is, again, it's not about how good you put pen to paper. There's a lot of people who are really good at that. Trust me. I know. There's some battle rappers that are really good at putting pen to paper, bro. Like really good. I don't, and I'll give y'all the people I think is better than Lupe Fiasco pen wise. Some of y'all might not know some of these. Well, y'all know Daylight. I think Daylight pen wise is better than Lupe. I think that if they was to sit down and write, yeah, Daylight is one of one in my opinion. I think that in my opinion, I don't think nobody's better than Daylight when it comes to writing. When it comes to writing, I seen Daylight. I don't know Daylight personally, but I met him a couple of times. I seen him do some things that I don't think nobody could ever do. I seen him write whole 30-minute rounds in his head. I'm talking like 30 minutes straight in his head. Like that's a gift that I don't think nobody has. You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me, that's unbelievable. You know what I mean? When you are at that level of rapping, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I would say Black Thought. I would go Andre 3000. I would even go with Ransom. I think Ransom is a better lyricist than Lupe. I think Ransom is highly slept on. I think Ransom is, if you put Ransom in the booth with anybody, yeah, it's going to be a hard time getting him out of there. Who I think is on the same level or equal, or maybe a notch below, Absol. I think Absol is equal to Lupe. I think Absol is very good at what he does. Loaded Lux, I think Loaded Lux is very good. I don't know. I don't think Loaded Lux, I would say, is better than Lupe, but I would say he's there. Jay-Z, Nas, obviously Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is going to say Lupe is a better lyricist than Nas? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So lyricism is subjective. If you say Lupe is a better lyricist than Kendrick, I always have to break it into different sections. It can't just be he's the better lyricist. You have to break it into sections when you really break it down. Like if you're just going off of just pen to paper, then you're going to say Lupe wins. But when we're talking about lyrics, it's very subjective. Like people think, like I said, I always use the same argument all the time. Biggie Smalls, people believe Biggie Smalls is a better lyricist than Cannabis. So if people think Biggie Smalls is a lyricist, then you have to go by relatability. You say, well, who's better lyricist? It's like, well, just because you can rap a bunch of big words and double entendres don't make you a great lyricist. But then you say in the same breath, well, Lupe is the greatest of all time because that's what he does. Like, come on, bro. Can't do that. So, but yeah, man. Thank y'all very much for being here with me. I know sometimes I could be a headache. I do have a phone number that I'm going to start taking calls. I just want to say, just be respectable when you call in. Please don't call in here moaning. I used to have a show, girls calling, like, come on, cut it out. Like, it's funny, but please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you call up, just call up, be respectable. And if you got a question, just keep it related to the topic. I don't want to be having a show where I'm talking about one thing and you say, yo, I'm calling because remember what you said 3 weeks ago? It's like, come on, bro, cut it out. So, you know, get ready for that because it's gonna be live. I'm telling you, it's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be great. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. You already know I'm gonna put this up. And yeah, man. Shout out to Lupe, shout out to Kendrick. And yeah, I think it's much more to discuss, but the battle I want to see is Black Thought and Lupe. Don't talk to me about Kendrick and Lupe. Kendrick is out of here, bro. He's already solidified. And Lupe solidified too. But Kendrick's already solidified. But if we want to have a battle, let's talk about Black Thought and Lupe. That's the battle we want to talk about. Not no Kendrick and Lupe. Kendrick Lamar, if you break it down, he doesn't even rap nothing like Lupe. You know what I mean? His style is totally different. But if we talking about lyricism, yeah, let's talk about Black Thought. Let's do that. So thank y'all for joining me. I'll see y'all again, man. I love y'all. Peace. Bye.